with payment on your gas, electric, water, anything like that, which I think is huge at the minute because so many people are struggling.
You said it was a HR platform.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It's got your general HR, your human resources information in there, so you can add your employees to this system. If you use a timesheet system, they can log their timesheets with you, annual leave requests, which I think is great. Everything is put in one place. If you use a rostering system, you can create rosters and send those out electronically to your employees. Your benefits are served up on there as well. You've got your training and development. So if you're quite a heavy company that uses training and development, you can communicate that to your employees through the system in a form of a document, link, video, any way you'd like to do it. And the same with important documents. There is also a business intelligence section, so you can see how your business is operating. So if you've got a problem with absenteeism, you can look at the statistical evidence and say, we've got a problem here. We need to assess this. We've got the evidence to back that up.
And the reason why the business intelligence module is there,
mm-hmm.
you were explaining earlier, is because of the usage
mm-hmm.
and their interaction with that app
yeah.
on the team member's phone. So whatever they're doing with regards to the business
mm-hmm.
all goes back to the central
it's relayed
hub.
Back to the HR, to the admin of the account, so they can see absolutely everything. As daft as there's a geofencing system on there, so you can...
What does geofencing mean?
So geofencing, it's when I would probably use it more within the construction. If you've got a certain site and you have that address of that site, they can log in to say that, yes, I'm here at work, but you can set a radius. So people can't be naughty and be on the way to work and check in and say, well, I'm actually here, when you actually know they're not.
Okay.
And that, it's like we've discussed it really. It can be used as a bit of a safety support as well. If you've got a business where you go out and visit clients, you could add this office as a geofence to say they are going to this address, and it logs when they log in and log out. So you can use it as a security system saying, well, they've now logged out, we need to know where they are safe, they've left that building.
Okay.
But it's also, it can be related back to, you can check the geofencing against their timesheets to make sure they've done and logged in at the same time they said they've put on the timesheet. So it's...
The thing I liked this morning when you were talking to me about it is you said that, for example, you could give a benefit,
mm-hmm.
so flexible benefit. So the benefits that you've talked about,
mm-hmm.
if I'm hearing this right, with STAFFHUT, is they're all given.
Yes.
They're right at the beginning
mm-hmm.
and they're accessible from the team members.
Yep.
But if a company, let's take a company like the university today, and Sally's coffee shop is across the road,
mm-hmm.
you could load up a QR code or some kind of ability to scan, and that gives the team member 50% off their coffee. And that report goes to Sally's coffee shop, but also goes back to
mm-hmm.
the university as the employer.
Yeah.
So the report's there. The benefit is a win-win-win situation. And the geofencing says, actually, we're going to offer that to Sally's coffee shops, and
mm-hmm.
there might be 20 in the country, but
mm-hmm.
we're just going to give that to Sally's coffee shop in the Birmingham one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you explained to me, and I thought that was very powerful.
Yeah, it's a very, very clever system, and I like it because it's very user-friendly as well. Once you've navigated your way around, you kind of can work out quite easily what is linked and what you need. But there is one more benefit that I did actually miss. We have also a 24/7 legal benefit.
Okay.
Obviously, not everybody's trained to know their legal rights within how they sit in certain situations, and when people do find themselves in that kind of situation, they can ring a number again, quote STAFFHUT. They are put through to one of the UK's most leading law firms, and they can give them impartial advice to a certain point as to where they need to be directed and where they would sit legally and their rights, which I think is quite important as well, because you never know when you're going to be involved in any kind of dispute. Just to have that as a backup as a bit of security, really.
Okay. The business intelligence,
mm-hmm.
and this is what, as a business owner, what I find fascinating is the ability to press a button, not being very tech savvy, is to press a button and have a report
mm-hmm.
on any or all of the things that we've
You can
collected.
manipulate whatever you would like to see.
Can you give us some examples?
It can help you identify gender pay gaps. Mainly a big point I think is sickness. So if you've got certain departments and you can see a correlation of these certain individuals in one department always seem to book a Friday off as sickness when it's a bank holiday Monday, you kind of know that there might be an issue there that you need to assess, and you're loaded with the information then, so you know you're going in pre-exempt and you know what you need to say, you know that your statistical evidence backs up what your next move will be.
I think earlier you were talking about absenteeism costing business an absolute fortune.
It's a fortune,
Tens
especially
of
for
billions.
small companies that aren't equipped for it. It can be a huge difference to whether or not they actually survive after the pandemic.